Good evening, everyone. I'm Nathan with my wife, Laura.
Hello.
And we're going to look at the Grape Escape board game and do a full playthrough.
Yes, it's the Squish 'em, Squash 'em, Squoosh 'em game. And that's exactly what is going to happen.
Now, I always confuse this game with Splat because they both have similar functions. You both got to get to the end and you both get to destroy Play-Doh creations.
Yes, this one is a little bit more complicated in how you destroy them, though.
Think Mousetrap.
Yeah, kind of. You can see we have a bit of a machine here, and there are several different ways for your playing piece, which is made out of dough, to get squished or cut. I
think they refer to it as a jam factory.
Yes, so the idea is to escape the jam factory and not become jam, because we are grapes.
It's the Grape Escape.
Exactly. So there is the back that gives you a bit of a look at all the ways we can get turned into jam.
I like the way you can destroy them. That is my favourite
Well, that's
part.
what I mean, the ways we can get.
How many people do you think
jam.
built the contraption just to squash them but not actually played the game?
Well, we've done that before.
Yes, we have.
So it normally did come with a grape goop, which is essentially Play-Doh. We don't have the original,
It actually
of course.
is Play-Doh. In the manual, it actually says, you might have guessed, it actually is Play-Doh. You can substitute it with Play-Doh, brown Play-Doh.
Yes. So we don't have the original because
It would have dried up long ago.
it's long gone. Yeah, we do have some nice fresh Play-Doh. We've got a pink and a, I don't know, pale blue maybe.
Laura's a bit colourblind.
Yeah, it's a pale something colour.
Alright.
Now, we actually do have the old containers in there, so these are empty, but the camera does not want to focus on that.
Grape goop. Oh, there we go.
Grape goop in red, in purple, I don't think these have the correct lids on, yellow,
Purple.
and purple. Yeah, so the lids are not quite right. But we had two purples.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Alright, so we then have lots of parts. This is kind of the main
Sort of base
part
of the
that
factory.
everything connects to, and that links into the board itself as well. We
The
have
skizzers.
these, and as you can see...
Some of the rubber bands may or may not be perished, so we've got replacements here.
Oh, I wondered where that went. This is
Hey.
actually a wheel of something, a little toy trolley that we've been missing. I'm guessing it got put in here by our kids at some
How long
point.
ago?
This part,
Here's our mould to make the grapes.
an arm, another arm, and I think that's the saw.
Yes, for sawing.
We have the tree.
The log cutter, I think it is.
Yep, the bit you crank it with.
And dust boot for dust squishing.
Yes. A couple more little bits and pieces to help put everything together.
And the specialised die.
Okay.
We have
Moving the box out of the way.
let's see if we can get this to focus. We have a crank space, a grape escape, grape leap, and the numbers go up to, I think, 4.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So there you go.
So they're all fairly self-explanatory. Actually, the grape leap, probably not so much, but crank means we're going to crank the handle after we put this whole thing together. So here is the board. The general spaces over here are called the conveyor belt. So obviously you're moving through the jam factory
Hang on,
on
I'm
the
just
conveyor.
adjusting the camera. There we go.
But the excitement is all in the center here. So we're going to build this on camera, but we're going to speed it up because it can be a little bit fiddly.
It is very fiddly.
Yes. Do you want to pass the instructions
Yes,
over
the
there?
instructions are actually down below.
Yes.
I couldn't scan it because it's one of those ones that folds out really large.
Yes.
But I've taken a fairly high resolution photo, so...
So hopefully that helps if you find the game but do not know how to play or how to put it together.
And I will say the instructions are actually fairly necessary because the actual movements are a little unusual.
A little bit, yeah. So let us start building and then we'll come back, play and kind of take you through how to move about and play as we go.
Sounds good.
Okay, it's finally together. The instructions, as much as they are useful, can be a bit confusing with all the angles it kind of shows them at.
It's good if you look at the front of the box, give you a pretty good idea of how it all looks all set up.
Yeah, we got there in the end.
We did.
Now I've got some weird mixed in colours in my Play-Doh because our kids have been
Yes, thanks kids.
playing with this.
Alright, gotta make my grape.
Oh, I've just lost Play-Doh on the floor.
Oh no.
So the instructions actually say to use about a ping pong ball sized amount of Play-Doh. And then you just put it in one side and squeeze it together. And he's got some interesting extra colours.
Oh boy. So let's go to the start for me. Weird blue.
So over in this corner here, this is the finish line. You do not have to reach it by exact count, as long as you've got a big enough number to make it over the line. Yeah, you're safe from the Jam Factory.
So each space here is like...
I have the maker, sorry.
Yep, each space is obviously one space, but also each of the contraption spaces count as one space too.
Yes.
So you can actually land on it and stay there. And if you're unlucky for someone to roll the crank...
Well, then you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
There's a few unusual ways of moving, depending on where you land. So we'll maybe cover those as we go.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a couple of more unusual movements.
So if you land like on someone else, for example, that's a different sort of thing than what you do in another board game. And again, we'll talk you through that if that happens. If it doesn't, we'll mention it maybe afterwards.
For one, if you roll a crank and there's no one in a contraption, then you can move someone into the contraption. Yes,
which is quite handy. Also difficult if it's a two-player game because you don't have a lot of options to choose from.
Your one turned out alright, mine turned out a bit
maybe you didn't have enough Play-Doh in there or didn't squeeze it. I don't know. Alright, what do you just want to go first?
Yeah, alright. Youngest player I think goes first.
Okay. So Nathan has rolled crank. That's probably not a great first roll.
So I need to move you into a machine space.
Yes, so you don't move at all when you get a crank because obviously you didn't roll a number. If you're already in the jam maker yourself, you still have to crank. You can't save yourself and not crank. And as you said, if no one's in there, you can put someone in any jam station.
So do I need to crank now?
Yes, so now you crank. Now that you've moved me in there. So just watch out for your hand, it's a bit tricky. I'm over here getting snipped. It's a little hard to crank it. You've got to put a bit of oomph into it.
There's moving a lot of mechanisms at once.
Yeah.
So Laura has been...
Snipped.
Snip! That's a mouth and a half.
There is the result. Yeah, now I'm like, argh. Well, I'm just going to sort of put it back together because... that'll be easier than making another one. Normally you would pop that back in the mould and
then remold it. But
when you do get squished, snipped, cranked in any way, you go back to the start.
Yes.
All the way.
It's not actually there's not actually a lot of spaces, but it's actually very difficult to get there.
Yes. Alright, well, that was not what I was expecting to have happen first. I have 3. Now, you always move forwards and to the left.
Yes.
That's what it specifically says. So, 1, 2, and then the left, 3.
Because it can be a bit confusing how it's all... There's arrows.
There's arrows here, but it's a bit harder to tell when you're on these spaces.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. 4 as well. Nathan's just going to move me since I can't reach.
3.
Alright, so yeah, sometimes you have to crank it to actually be able to fit into the spot. So I'm actually going to be here under this
squish.
Boot, just there.
Alright, I need you to roll a crank space, please.
Well, that was my turn. You moved for me.
Grape leap. Well.
So what you do now is actually move one space ahead of the leader. So I was in first, so Nathan goes
I'm going to escape.
If you're already in the lead, you just move forward one place.
Yep.
Even if that moves you into one of the
So definitely
spaces.
good if you're trailing behind, not so good if you're...
Yes.
1. Did you land on me?
Okay. Oh, now I don't want to stand up apparently. So if you land on another player's grape on the conveyor belt, which is where we both are
standard
at the
spaces,
moment,
yes.
I get to move onto that space, so I'm now on there. And then I get to move Nathan forward into the next jam station space. So in this case, it's the roller Is it that they call it? I think it's the roller.
So. So that's a good and a bad thing. Good, I get to move forward. Bad if I happen to roll or someone else rolls a crank space.
Yes, exactly. If you're past all of these, you actually then move back into the clipper and go around again.
You can't go backwards.
No. Always forward. So yeah, if you're over here and that happens, it's pretty unfortunate, isn't it?
Grape leap. Well, I'm in front, so I just go ahead 1. Bloomp.
Yep.
3.
Oh, I can move myself.
1, 2,
3.
Yes. 1. I'm graping away.
2. 1, 2.
Come on.
I'm just gonna have a lay down there.
Grape leap. Whoop.
Yeah, it's not the most useful one when you're already in the lead.
Or when you've only got 2 players is also another one that you could really use 4 players for.
Yes. Well, at least. Oh, gosh! I managed to roll that backwards. Hang on, Nathan's just gone to retrieve it. It went his way. Sorry about that. Almost into our kitchen.
There we go.
Okay, let's try that again.
2.
Oh, I'm out of there at least. 1, 2.
Crank.
Oh no! So again, because there's no one in there, Nathan can actually move me into a crank station.
There we go.
Sorry, a jam station.
Jam station, yes. All right, it's your turn. Was that my turn?
Yeah, that's yours. And aren't you gonna roll the crank? Turn the crank.
Oh, I guess so.
So I'm in the saw with a cutter. I keep forgetting their names for them. Some of them work better than others.
You just get massaged.
Pretty much. The saw doesn't really do a great deal, unfortunately.
It's still fun though.
A little bit of a slice out of me. So again, I'm not going to remake that. So I go back to the start though.
Grape leap. But if you get a grape leap, you'll go run ahead of me.
I would, yeah. It'd be really useful for me.
Crank.
Crank. Ooh. All right. What haven't we used yet? So.
We haven't used the roller.
Yeah. Let's use the roller, I think. The good thing about this is that you can move someone in. So if you roll a crank and no one's in there, you don't miss out.
No, so you always get to squish something.
Here we go. This is the trick when you kind of have to hold the ball. This one's much more noticeable. Let's have another go. There we go. All right.
Crank. Oh boy.
A lovely pattern through you.
Alright, I'm cranking. Oh,
I think you need to remake yourself. Yeah. Alright, Nathan is going to redo over here so we can see.
Re-energize. I need more Play-Doh. Need more Play-Doh.
You're not very good at this, are you?
I'm much better at splat. Splat. Splat.
Alright. Bit more Play-Doh. Fill out his limbs.
Squish.
Gotta have limbs on your grape.
Yeah, it's looking a bit grapey.
Okay. It's a little bit tricky to get them out, but they don't get like stuck in there or anything.
No, and I mean, if it's not perfect, well, it's probably going to get squished very soon anyway.
Exactly.
There we go.
Okay.
There's a bit of hair. Ugh. There we go. Whose turn is it?
Yours, because I rolled crank then.
Crank.
Oh my God.
Shall we just leave it so we can...
No, well, I haven't been in the boot yet, so let's pull that around a bit. I am about to get squished.
I'm going to crank it up.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult when you're actually crushing something. Oh. Now I've been in what, 3 of them now?
You look a bit squashed.
Oh no, yeah, I've been stood on by the boot, snipped by the scissors, and sword. Yeah.
So whose turn was it then? I keep thinking...
That was your turn. If you've cranked, it was yours. I need the mold to remake myself.
I know, the arms have come off.
It can be, like, it's not a long...
process.
Game, but when you are constantly remaking it can just take a little while, and you need a bit of patience to play this, I think.
Especially with younger children. I can imagine how frustrated our young boys would get playing it. Oh, you're being squashed again. And then again, they'd probably like squashing them.
Yeah, they do.
Alright. 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, come on. Hopefully we can escape this time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Grape Escape.
You mean Grape Leap?
I'm Grape Escaping. 1. That's me, isn't it?
Oh, gosh, sorry. I can't see very well behind the tree here. So this is actually a tree, by the way.
So you move me into...
I have just landed on Nathan. Yep, so I have to move him forward into the next station.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Which you move straight back out of.
Thank you. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3.
1, 2, 3.
Grape leap. Boing.
You really like that. You've rolled a lot of them.
I've rolled a lot of them. 3.
3. Oh, got stuck to the board. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so
Hey, are you going to saw me?
landed on you there. So you're going under the saw.
4.
Oh
1,
boy.
2, 3, 4.
Almost there.
Oh.
I got the crank. Alright. I enjoy this one, so I'm going to pop you back in here.
Crank it up.
Here we go. Hold the board down.
I'm holding.
Oh, this time I've kind of squished you out the end.
I was trying to escape.
Bring you in there a bit better.
I don't want to be more graped.
It kind of pushes rather than completely... Oh, you got stuck on the roll that time.
Alright.
There we go.
You can't go like that.
Hey, an escaped grape is an escaped grape.
Oh dear.
1.
Your turn.
Thank you.
3.
1, 2, 3.
2.
1. Squish.
One squish. Is that how you count, is it?
Grape leap.
Grape leap. So I'll just go ahead.
Yeah.
1.
2.
1, 2.
Alright, you need a crank, please.
No.
Crank.
No. So, because I'm already in there, I do not get to move. Nathan, in there.
I gave you a bit of...
To saw myself in half.
I gave you a helping hand.
Alright, this time I've actually been sawn in half. Oh dear.
So it's my turn now, isn't it?
Yes, it is because I rolled that one.
1, 2. I'm in dust boot.
Alright, weird cut there. Our camera just cut out randomly, so you might have missed a couple of turns. Nathan got rolled.
Again.
He's over there. I'm here. So,
Alright, whose turn is it?
it's your turn.
1.
So, there we go.
You can move your into your
2.
jamming
Oh,
station.
hang on, I actually can't fit. Don't you love it when technology fails you?
Crank.
Not my head.
There we go. You're still good.
I can still stand. It's okay. It's okay.
2.
Oh no, maybe I can't stand. I've just
1,
fallen
2.
over. 2. 1, 2. Oh no, I don't want to be there.
1, 2, 3.
We're gonna try and move a bit quicker, because this can take a while.
3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, unfortunately, with only 2 players, there's not a lot of options for who gets into what trap or jam station. 1, 2, 3. And because the dice only goes 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You really can't kind of get there that
No.
quickly without something coming up that
2.
interferes with your plans of escape. Like that, for example.
Yay!
Let me see. Now I'm gonna put you over here. Give you a bit of a snip.
Give me a haircut. I could use one of those.
There you go. Not quite a haircut.
Alright.
Just open up your mouth a
He's
lot.
like the Terminator, he's just
Rebuilt himself.
Alright, and it is your turn.
crank.
No!
Actually, the boot.
The boot, you know. Squish me there. Now I have a boot imprint. Alright.
My turn.
Yep.
Grape leap. Well,
You don't get to go very far. Oh.
4.
Oh, you caught that off the table. Oh, great. That doesn't help me.
1.
Okay, now you would actually land on me. So when you land on an occupied jam station, as Nathan just has there, he actually moves ahead to the next empty jam station, which in this case is the boot. So
That's good for me as long as you don't roll a crank or I
I was
roll a
going to
crank.
say it can help because it's actually moved like quite a way forwards, but
2. 1, 2.
okay. Come on, we've got to
Great
escape
leap.
this time. Ooh, I get to leap in front of you.
3. 1, 2, 3. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Crank time.
Ooh, yes, and because Nathan's already in there, maybe this is my chance to make it to the end.
I can rebuild him.
No, you can't. You're too flat, Nathan.
No, he's standing.
Too flat. Grape leap. Oh,
Go right
I don't want
in
to
there.
leap into here.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, number.
2.
Alright. 1, 2.
Grape leap.
Oh,
My
what a
grape.
good time for you.
2. Grape leap.
Ah, what a way to win in the end, getting to leap past me onto the finish.
So yeah, definitely a game better played with more than 2 people.
Yes, then you have more choices of who to squish, and it's more likely to be a bit quicker to get through. With 2 players, as you saw, it can take quite a while.
Pretty much any time you roll this one, you get reset.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, you probably missed, I think, about 2 turns there when our camera cut out. So it would have been ever so slightly longer than what you saw.
This
but
video is
not
what
by
going to be like half an hour just playing it.
Not quite. It's a really fun game. The setup is kind of the main issue.
Yeah, definitely need, if you're a younger sort of kid, child, you definitely need some help, I think, setting it up.
And even as an adult, it's kind of annoying to set up. Gameplay is always fun though. It's always a good time squishing and cutting and all that. If you enjoyed watching this video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know down below if you played this as a kid, or maybe if you've come to it later in life as an adult.
Yes, because it came out in 1992.
Oh, there you go. I remember playing it back then. I didn't own it, but my cousin did, so I did get to
Squish.
squish, yeah. Hit that subscribe button and check back soon. We have videos every Tuesday.
Sounds good.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.